This week, our focus is on the concept of culture. What is culture? How does it impact us? Why does it matter for managers of organizations? Let's start first with thinking about the concept of that word culture. Many people think about culture almost like a tourist attraction. We talk about French culture or Chinese culture. We may think of things like food, dress, customs, and arts. If you're on vacation and you go to something called a cultural presentation, you can expect to see dances and costumes and artwork and hear music and maybe eat some traditional foods. But culture is much more than that. Culture is the perspective from which we view the rest of the world. And different people see it differently. Most people can't see their own culture because for them it's just the way things are. It's just the norm. I don't see things from a perspective. I just see things the way they are. People who have been raised in a single environment have a hard time understanding that they don't have a culture. It's challenging to see one's own culture and realize that it's just one particular perspective rather than the norm. So we're going to talk about some of these perspectives and how people see the world differently. And I hope you'll try to look at yourself and see these differences. Culture can also be seen in organizations. Organizations have traditions or rites of passage. They have norms of dress and of behavior and language. They have slang and jargon and acronyms. They have ideas of what's okay and what's not okay to do and act. We say we're just doing what is acceptable and appropriate. That's just the way we do things. Well, that's culture. We're going to think about culture from a number of different theoretical perspectives that can help us look at ourselves and at others. Scholars who study culture have sorted out some different dimensions of how we see the world and how they decide what is right and proper behavior. The first dimension that we're going to look at, we're going to talk about, is something called proxemics, from the word proximity or distance. Proxemics is the study of socially acceptable communication distances. Let me say, individuals in different cultures may stand closer or further apart when talking, depending on whether the communication is seen as intimate, personal, social, or public. If people with different cultural norms get together, they can be uncomfortable with how they position themselves with one another, how close someone stands or far away. Related to this is the issue of touching itself, when and how it's appropriate. Different cultures have different norms about eye contact and when and to who eye contact is appropriate or even expected. You might say you can tell when someone is dishonest if they won't look you in the eye. But they may understand that not looking you in the eye is a sign of respect. A second cultural dimension out there is about time. And we're not talking about physics. We're talking about the importance different cultures put on time. Not everybody understands being on time in the same way. Some people are embarrassed or offended by the idea of being late. They really focus on that time and being on time. And others wonder what the big deal is. In the US, we have all sorts of metaphors about time. Time can be presented as about money, and a lot of times you talk about saving time, spending time, investing time, wasting time. And this can also come up into play with the concept of being interrupted. Am I offended because someone is not respecting my time, wasting my time? Well, not everyone is as offended as other people, depending on perception of time.